Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into the mechanics of personal finance. But actually, scratch that. We are absolutely not going to look at dry textbook formulas today. Instead, we're going to explore this through a story. Think of it like a journey. We'll be following a 22-year-old college student named Arav. Imagine Arav sitting totally alone on his hostel terrace one evening after class. Suddenly, this strange old man walks right up to him. As Arav looks closer, a chill literally runs down his spine. He realizes this man looks exactly like him. Because, well, he is him, just 48 years in the future.
So, imagine you're sitting there, totally stunned, and your 7-year-old self hands you two distinct notebooks. The old man tells Arav that these two notebooks represent two entirely different outcomes for his entire life. He hands over a thick, worn notebook and then another one that is nearly empty. Arav is just staring at them, wondering, how on earth could my life go in two completely different directions?
The old man points to the thick notebook. This is Timeline A. In this version, Arav traveled the world, built his absolute dream house, never once sweated over a hospital bill, and retired comfortably. But in the thin notebook, Timeline B, his salary basically vanished every single month. He was trapped in a cycle of borrowing, couldn't even think about retiring, and lived under constant financial stress. And here is the kicker. The old man reveals that Timeline A didn't happen because he suddenly started earning a massive salary. No, it happened because he learned to actually control his money. It turns out, personal finance is simply about making today's decisions create tomorrow's life.
Let's move to Section 1, the village of growing seeds and the power of time.
To explain this idea of control, the older Arav tells a story about a village with two farmers. They are each given a single, magical seed. Farmer 1 gets his seed and, out of fear, decides to play it entirely safe. He locks it inside a heavy box. He doesn't plant it, he just guards it. At year 0, it's one seed. 5 years go by, 10 full years pass by, and guess what? It remains exactly one seed. It hasn't grown at all.
Farmer 2, though, takes a totally different approach. He actually takes the risk and plants that single seed in the soil. After just 1 year, that seed produces 2 plants. And here's the real magic in step 3. He doesn't just eat the harvest, he replants the new seeds. Year after year, those seeds multiply until that single seed becomes a sprawling, massive forest. So what actually made him rich? It wasn't a better seed, and it for sure wasn't luck. The secret ingredient was just time.
Money behaves exactly like these seeds. If you let money work in the soil of the economy, it starts creating more money. Let's make it real. Say you lend a friend 100 rupees today, and a year later, they return 110 rupees. That extra 10 rupees? That is simple interest. Your seed just sprouted.
But what if you don't take that 10 rupees away? What if you just leave it planted? Well, next year, you aren't just earning interest on your original 100, you're earning interest on 110. Your money has children, and then those children have children. This brilliantly illustrates compound interest. If you just leave your money alone, your forest expands undisturbed. This force is so incredibly powerful that Albert Einstein supposedly called it the 8th wonder of the world. True wealth doesn't just come from high income, it comes from letting your forest grow.
Section 2. The Time Market. Buying and Selling the Future. The story continues the next morning as the old man guides Arav to a really strange market. This place trades exclusively in time. A merchant walks right up to Arav with a tricky offer. He asks, "Would you like 10,000 rupees today or 10,000 rupees 2 years from now?" Now, your immediate instinct might be to think, well, I don't need it today, I'll just wait. The merchant laughs because pretty much everyone says the exact same thing, but the old man quickly steps in.
The old man points to a bank down the street. Look at choice 1. If you take the 10,000 rupees today and invest it, over those 2 years it grows to 11,556 rupees. But if you wait, you only receive the flat 10,000. By waiting, you've literally lost out on over 1,500 rupees. The money itself didn't change, but time changed its value. This right here reveals a profound truth. Money and time are absolutely inseparable.
Section 3. The Time Machine, moving money forward and backward.
To really hammer this connection home, the old man leads Arav to an enormous humming machine. It's a literal time machine for money, and it only has 2 buttons. The old man presses forward. Arav puts 100 rupees inside. As time passes and the machine hums forward, the money just starts to grow. 200, then 500, then 1,000. When money travels forward through time, assuming it's planted like our magical seed, it continuously grows.
This forward-moving mechanism has a very specific formal name in finance. It's called future value. Future value simply represents how much your money will grow when it moves forward in time. It is, essentially, the size of your forest 10 years from now.
But what about that second button? The old man presses backward. Imagine someone promises you 75 lakh, but you can only have it 15 years from now. What is that promise actually worth in your hands right this second? When the machine moves backward, it strips away all the growth that hasn't happened yet. That massive 75 lakh in the future shrinks all the way down to just about 20 lakh today.
Now, I want to be super clear here. The machine didn't make your money disappear or vaporize it. It simply calculated the present value. Present value just removes the years of compound interest that haven't actually occurred yet, showing you exactly what future money is worth in today's terms.
However, time travel is never free. Every time your money travels through this machine, whether forward or backward, it has to pay a toll. And how exactly is that toll calculated? Well, it's based on what your money could have earned somewhere else. For example, if safe government bonds are paying 7.5% and similar investments in the market are earning around 9%, then 9% is your toll. That is the hurdle your money has to clear.
Finance gives this toll a couple of formal names: opportunity cost or the discount rate. It represents the potential earnings you are losing out on by not having that money invested elsewhere. And remember the golden rule of the time machine. The longer the journey through time, the larger this toll becomes. Waiting 15 years carries a massively higher opportunity cost than waiting just 2 years.
The old man finally powers down the time machine, closes the heavy door, and delivers the ultimate rule. People think finance is about numbers, he says. No, finance is about comparing moments in time. You simply cannot fairly compare 10,000 today with 10,000 2 years from now until you use the time machine to bring both sums to the exact same point in time. The old man starts to fade away, his job done. But just before disappearing entirely, he looks at 22-year-old Arav with a very serious, almost grim expression. He leaves him with one final, chilling warning. He asks, "Do you know what the biggest monster you will ever face is?" He assures Arav that it isn't inflation, it isn't a stock market crash, and it definitely isn't a massive global recession.
He reveals that the ultimate monster is retirement. Think about it. It's a staggering multi-decade period where you have to rely entirely on the forest you've grown, with absolutely zero new seeds coming in from a salary. How do you ensure your present value decisions today survive the massive opportunity costs of tomorrow? That terrifying yet fascinating challenge sets the stage perfectly for exploring the next vital piece of the puzzle. So, what about you? Are you planting your seeds, or are they still locked in a box? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you in the next one.